Ambassador Zekthar had seen the warnings plastered across every galactic database. The bright red symbols that designated a Class X death world were unmistakable, accompanied by text that made even the most hardened explorers pause. Caution, extreme biohazard quarantine. Protocols in effect. Approach only with full hazmat equipment. The planet was called Earth by its inhabitants, a deceptively peaceful name for what the Galactic Confederation had classified as the most dangerous planet in the known galaxy, as his sterilized observation vessel maintained a cautious orbit around the blue-green marble. Zekthar studied the preliminary reports with growing unease. The data was impossible to believe, yet multiple independent surveys confirmed the same terrifying conclusions. The atmospheric composition alone should be lethal, his science officer, Velnara, reported with visible trembling in her antenna. 21% oxygen, sir. That's well beyond combustion levels. One spark and the entire atmosphere should ignite. Zekthar nodded grimly. Oxygen was known throughout the galaxy as a highly corrosive industrial solvent. Most civilized species used it only in heavily controlled laboratory conditions, wearing full protective gear. Yet the inhabitants of Earth, humans they called themselves, breathed it constantly. Their very existence defied logic. And the surface conditions? He asked, though he dreaded the answer. Catastrophic, sir. The planet experiences regular electromagnetic storms that would fry our neural implants instantly. Surface temperatures fluctuate by over 40 degrees in a single rotation cycle. The magnetic field fluctuates wildly, allowing deadly cosmic radiation to bombard the surface. And the geological activity. Velnara paused, checking her readings twice before continuing. Sir, this planet experiences thousands of seismic events daily. The surface is constantly shifting, with molten rock breaking through the crust regularly. Surely nothing could survive in such conditions. That's just the beginning, Ambassador. Our scans detect massive atmospheric disturbances, cyclonic storms with wind speeds exceeding 300 kilometers per hour, electrical discharges containing billions of volts, and precipitation events involving frozen water projectiles the size of Altarian skull crushers. Zekthar felt his scales ripple with involuntary fear responses. Yet our intelligence suggests the planet is inhabited? By over 7 billion entities, sir, and that's where it gets truly disturbing. Velnara's voice dropped to a whisper. They've not only survived these conditions, they've thrived. Our long-range biological scanners indicate they've conquered almost every environmental niche on the planet. They live in regions where the ground itself is frozen solid, and in deserts where the surface temperature would vaporize most known life forms. Some even live in underwater cities surrounded by crushing pressure and that corrosive oxygen-water mixture they call ocean. The ambassador reviewed the cultural intelligence reports, and each page made his blood run colder. These humans engaged in activities that would be considered elaborate suicide rituals by any rational species. They voluntarily subjected themselves to gravitational forces that should liquefy their organs, calling it entertainment. They consumed toxic alkaloids for pleasure, deliberately damaged their neural tissue with ethanol, and exposed themselves to ultraviolet radiation that would blind most galactic citizens. Most disturbing of all, they seemed to genuinely enjoy dangerous activities. They launched themselves from aircraft at lethal altitudes, descended into deep cavern systems filled with toxic gases, and climbed massive rock formations where a single misstep meant death. Their recreational activities included controlled explosions, high-velocity collisions, and voluntary exposure to extreme temperatures. Sir, Velnara interrupted his reading, her voice tight with panic. We're receiving a transmission. From Earth? Yes, sir, it's an invitation. The transmission crackled to life, filled with the characteristic electromagnetic interference that plagued Earth's atmosphere. A human voice speaking in the standard galactic trade language emerged from the static. Greetings, friends from the stars. We've detected your observation vessel and wanted to extend a warm welcome to Earth. We'd love to have you visit our beautiful planet. We have so much to show you, our great cities, our natural wonders, our diverse cultures. Don't worry about the environmental conditions. They're perfectly safe once you get used to them. We have excellent recreational facilities, mountain climbing, deep-sea diving, volcano tours, and extreme sports that are guaranteed to get your adrenaline pumping. We promise you an adventure you'll never forget. The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in stunned silence. They want us to visit, Zekthar said slowly, the words barely forming. They consider these apocalyptic conditions perfectly safe and want to show us their recreational facilities. Sir, the tactical officer spoke up nervously. There's something else. Our deep-range scanners have detected what appears to be human colonies on other worlds throughout their local system. Worlds that our computers classify as uninhabitable death traps. They're terraforming, or rather spreading their particular brand of survival, to other planets. Ambassador Zekthar stared at the blue planet hanging in the view screen, its swirling storms and electromagnetic chaos visible even from this distance. The humans weren't just surviving impossible conditions. They were actively seeking out more dangerous environments. They were a species that had evolved in hell and considered it paradise. He began composing his report to the Galactic Confederation, recommending that the quarantine status be upgraded from Class X to the newly created Class H designation, Humanity Level Threat. As for the invitation to visit, Zekthar politely declined. Some adventures, he decided, were better left to species insane enough to call the most dangerous planet in the galaxy home.